Imagine this scenario. You have spent the last 2 years in the gym. You've built your business up to make 6 figures a year. You drive a fresh car and your clothes are expensive. On paper, you are exactly what every dating coach says women want. But when you actually talk to women, something is wrong. They are nice, sure, but they aren't excited. They might go on a date, but they never chase you. You feel like you are doing all the heavy lifting while they stay cold and distant. Meanwhile, you look at your buddy. He lives in a tiny studio apartment. He drives a beat-up car. He has no fancy degrees. Yet women are totally obsessed with him. They text him non-stop. They chase him. They will do anything just to get 5 minutes of his time. You sit there scratching your head. What does he have that you don't? Everything you learned about attraction is backward. What if the things you think make you look cool are actually turning women off? And what if the secret to making a woman addicted to you has zero to do with your trophies and everything to do with what's happening inside your mind? Priesthood, and I'm going to show you the hidden psychology behind why women get obsessed. I'm going to show you how a woman can feel a deep, burning desire for one man while completely ignoring another guy who looks better on paper. But I have to warn you, fall back. What you are about to hear is going to smash your beliefs about success and self-worth. This isn't just dating advice. This is a total shift in how you see the world. So listen closely. Once you see this, you can never unsee it. Homeland. Before we talk about how women get addicted, we have to destroy the biggest lie men are told. Society has brainwashed you. They convinced you that attraction is like a shopping list. They say if you just stack up enough points, money, status, muscles, women will automatically want you. Here is the blueprint they sold you. Get fit, get rich, learn to talk smooth, show off your value. Do that and women will fall in love. Invoked you attraction is about proving you are good enough. Men who believe this waste years building a perfect life on the outside, but they stay unattractive to women. They end up angry and confused because they followed the map, but they got lost. Demolition. Here's the truth nobody tells you. Women do not fall in love with your resume. They fall in love with your vibe. They don't get addicted to what you own. They get addicted to who you are when nobody is looking. The most attractive thing a man can have isn't a fat bank account or a six-pack. It is something much rarer. And sadly, most men never get it because they are too busy chasing applause. Let me teach you a concept that will change everything. It's called the value gap. Loneliness behind every female obsession. A woman only feels deep attraction when she thinks your value is higher than hers. But here is where every guy gets it wrong. This value isn't about math. It's not about your salary or your height. It is about perception. And perception is controlled by how you feel about yourself. Let me paint a picture for you. Imagine you are at a bar. There are 4 guys and 6 women. One guy is a millionaire. He has a private jet, huge muscles, and a $5,000 suit. Another guy is broke, drives a rust bucket, and wears a plain t-shirt. But then, someone makes a joke. The broke guy fires back with a perfect, witty line. He doesn't try to be funny. He just is. He speaks with total calm and confidence. In that split second, every woman in that group feels more attraction to the broke guy than the millionaire. Why? Because he just showed high value through his behavior. This is what you need to get through your head. Value is about energy, not inventory. It is about how you carry yourself, not what you carry in your wallet. A man with true confidence will always beat a man with fancy toys who feels insecure. Women use a specific system to rank men. It has nothing to do with your job title. When a woman meets you, she isn't calculating your net worth. She is reading your energy signature. She is asking herself secret questions. Does this guy know his own worth? Is he trying to make me like him? Does he need me to tell him he's good? Is he comfortable in his own skin? In seconds, she puts you in one of 2 boxes, above me or below me. If she sees you as above, she starts getting addicted. If she sees you as below, she loses interest, no matter how nice your car is. The sad irony? The men who try the hardest to impress her automatically put themselves in the below me box. Think about it. When you work hard to prove you are worthy, you are telling her that you don't believe you are worthy. That kills attraction instantly. Meanwhile, the guy who doesn't try to impress anyone, the guy who is happy with himself and doesn't need a pat on the back, he signals high value without saying a word. He goes into the above me box. And that is when her addiction starts. Now, let's talk about a huge trigger for obsession: pre-selection. This just means other women want you. But most guys get this totally wrong. They think pre-selection means flirting with other girls in front of their crush or bragging about who they dated. That is amateur hour. It actually backfires because it looks like you are trying too hard. Real pre-selection is quiet. It's a vibe. It's the energy of a man who has options but isn't desperate to use them. It is the confidence of knowing you are wanted without needing to prove it. When a woman senses that other women like you, she doesn't just get competitive. She gets curious. She wonders, what do those other girls see in him? That curiosity is the first step toward addiction. Key: you cannot fake this. Women have evolved to spot a fake from a mile away. If you pretend to have options, but deep down you are desperate for her, she will smell it. This leads us to the most critical lesson in female psychology: the difference between internal value and external value. Most men spend their whole lives building external value: money, status, awards, muscles. They ignore their internal state. They think, if I just get enough success, I will finally feel confident. But here's what really happens. You can give a man $5 million and the face of a movie star. But if he is insecure and needy on the inside, he will still be unattractive to women. On the flip side, a regular guy with bulletproof self-belief will have women fighting over him. Why? Because women are attracted to energy, not assets. They fall in love with how you make them feel, not what you can buy them. When your confidence comes from things outside of you, like money or compliments, it is weak. It can be taken away. But when your confidence comes from deep self-acceptance, it is magnetic. It cannot be shaken. The men who get this stop chasing trophies and start building inner strength. They become independent. They validate themselves. These are the men women get addicted to. Nothing kills attraction faster than a man begging for validation. When you need her approval, her smile, or her attention just to feel good about yourself, you enter the validation death spiral. This is why so many successful men struggle with dating. They built their whole identity on achievements, but they still need other people to clap for them to feel real. They are like rich beggars. They have a lot to offer, but they are still begging for scraps of approval. Women sense this neediness instantly. When you hunt for validation, you are saying, I don't believe I am valuable. And if you don't believe it, why should she? Men who create addiction do the opposite. They are self-validated. They know they are good enough without anyone else saying so. They can take a compliment without letting it go to their head. They can take an insult without falling apart. This is incredibly attractive because it is so rare. Most people are desperate for approval. So when you meet someone who doesn't need anything from you, their status instantly shoots up in your mind. Another super attractive quality is being fully present. It sounds simple, but almost nobody does it. Most guys are living in the past, thinking about mistakes, or living in the future, worrying about plans. They are never actually there with the woman. Their brains are racing with tactics and what should I say next. But when you can be fully present, when you truly listen, when you are comfortable with silence, you create a magnetic field. She feels seen. She feels heard. This communicates total confidence. A man who can sit still isn't worried about the future. He isn't scared of the past. He is cool with right now. That is powerful. Here is a mind-bending truth that will change your life. Most of your goals and your insecurities aren't even yours. They were programmed into you by TV, social media, and school. Ask yourself, why do you want a six-pack? Why do you want that specific car? Why do you want that specific salary? If you are honest, it's probably because someone told you those things make you a winner. But what if you wiped the slate clean? What if you ignored what society said and asked, what do I actually want? Most men never do this. They are too busy chasing goals that don't belong to them. The men who make women obsessed have broken out of this matrix. They live by their own rules. They define success their own way. This authenticity is magnetic because we live in a world of clones. Most guys think they want the trophy. What they really want is the confidence they think the trophy will give them. They think they want the abs, but they really want the feeling of being worthy that comes with the abs. But here is the trap. External wins don't create real confidence. They create conditional confidence. It disappears the moment you lose the win. Real confidence comes from self-acceptance. It comes from being okay with who you are right now, not hoping to be okay once you fix yourself. This is why some CEOs are insecure, while some regular guys are totally solid. When you try to build confidence by winning things, you are telling yourself, I am not good enough yet. That actually makes you less confident. Now, here is a controversial truth most guys hate hearing. Flooring when sex becomes your main goal, you give the woman all the power. Think about it logically. If your happiness depends on whether she sleeps with you, you have made her the boss of your emotions. She controls if you feel like a winner or a loser today. Women can smell this desperation. When they know sex is your only target, they know they have leverage. They can use it to control you. But when sex isn't your main focus, when you are genuinely just trying to connect and have a good time, you keep your power. You aren't dependent on her. Paradoxically, this makes her want to pursue you. This brings us to a weird rule of attraction. Sometimes the most attractive thing you can do is say no. When you turn down sex because you aren't in the mood, or you want to know her better, you show massive abundance. You show self-control. You are sending powerful signals. 1. I have options. 2. I am not desperate. 3. I value more than just your body. Confiscated, where you can't manipulate me. Most men are so starved for attention, they will take anything they can get. But the men who create addiction know that sometimes rejection is more powerful than saying yes. At the core of all this is stoicism. This means staying calm and centered, no matter what happens outside. It doesn't mean being a robot with no feelings. It means being stable. When you can keep your cool regardless of how she acts, what she says, or how she tests you, you show strength. You become like a rock in a storm. Solid, reliable. This allows you to be present. When you aren't worried about the outcome, you can just enjoy the moment. That authentic connection creates addiction. You also have to understand that women feel attraction differently than men. Men are visual. We like what we see. Women are emotional. They like how they feel. This is why a woman can be obsessed with a guy who isn't a model, but ignore a guy who is beautiful but boring. When you realize women fall in love through emotion, you stop worrying about your looks and start focusing on your vibe. Grounded men are magnets. Most modern men are anxious and jumpy. They are always looking for something to make them feel whole. But when you are grounded, totally comfortable with your life, people are drawn to your peace. Women feel safe around that energy. The ultimate secret? Internal peace. This means being completely okay with who you are, where you are, and what you have right now. This doesn't mean you stop trying to get better. It means you improve because you want to, not because you hate yourself. You work on yourself from a place of self-love, not self-rejection. When you find this peace, magic happens. You stop begging for validation. You become naturally confident. You are okay with silence. You don't need someone else to complete you. This energy is intoxicating. Most people are walking around with open wounds, looking for a band-aid. When they meet someone who is healed, it's like finding water in a desert. Women get addicted to men who can create real connection. This isn't about liking the same movies. It's about meeting her in the moment, seeing her, understanding her emotions without trying to fix everything. Most men are too busy thinking about their next chess move to ever really connect. The deepest attraction happens when masculine and feminine energies balance out. Keep it simple. Masculine energy is about direction, strength, and stability. Feminine energy is about flow, emotion, and intuition. Blindness sparks fly. Most modern men have lost their masculine edge. They have become reactive and emotional, traits that are traditionally feminine. Meanwhile, women have had to become tough to survive in the world. When a woman meets a man who is truly grounded in his masculine vibe, she can finally relax into her feminine side. That feels amazing to her. That creates addiction. Flooring. Perhaps the strongest trait you can learn is non-reactivity. This means you don't lose your cool. You don't get upset when she tests you. You don't get overly excited just because she complimented you. You don't panic when she doesn't text back instantly. This shows emotional maturity. It shows you are secure. It shows you aren't desperate for her approval. It creates mystery. She can't predict you. When you don't react, you force her to work harder to get a reaction. That makes her invest energy in you, and the more she invests, the more attached she gets. So, now you know the psychology. How do you actually do this? First, audit your motives. Look at everything you are doing. Ask yourself, am I doing this for me or to get people to like me? Be brutally honest. If you are lifting weights just to impress girls or making money just to look cool, you are in the trap. Second, build your own validation. Start getting your self-worth from inside. Practice being kind to yourself. Learn to pat yourself on the back so you don't need others to do it. Third, practice presence. Put the phone away. Stop planning. Just be there. Look people in the eye. It changes everything. Familiarity. Before, be real. Stop trying to be the character you think women want. Be who you actually are. It takes guts because you might get rejected, but it is the only way to get real attraction. Protector. Fifth, practice stoicism. Work on your emotions. Stay calm under pressure. Don't let criticism destroy you. Be the rock. Blindness. Find your peace. Do the work to heal your old wounds. Fix your insecurities. Whether it is therapy, meditation, or just honest thinking, do it. This isn't just about getting dates. It's about becoming the kind of man who attracts quality into every part of his life. Blindness and live like this. Everyone respects you more. Your boss, your friends, your family. These traits, being real, being present, being calm, are universally attractive. They make you a better leader and a better human. But before we finish, I have to give you a serious warning. Do not use this to hurt people. These principles are like dynamite. They are powerful. Do not use them to manipulate women or play games. The goal is to create real connection, not to trick people. Remember, women are humans with fears and feelings just like you. Treat them with respect. Cabinets. Here is the final secret to female addiction. Become so comfortable with yourself that you don't need anyone else to complete you. When you are emotionally self-sufficient, when you are truly at peace with who you are, you become a magnet. This isn't a trick. It isn't a pickup line. It is a transformation from the inside out. It is about becoming the man you would respect. It's not easy work, but it is worth it. When you do this, you don't just become more attractive to women. You become more attractive to yourself. You start living a life you actually love, whether you have a girlfriend or not. And ironically, that is exactly when women will start becoming addicted to you. Because you will have the rarest thing in the modern world. You will be a man who knows his worth and doesn't need anyone else to prove it. That is the secret the dating industry hides from you because they can't sell it in a pill. It takes real work. But for the men willing to do it, the reward is incredible. You won't just get the girl, you will become the man you always wanted to be.